Cristian Roldan, if we're going to talk about one person whose stock maybe through the roof, this was his like signature type of, what are you guys doing over there? Get on the phone, call my people, let's make this happen.
Nate says, Cristian, $10 million. And yes, let's talk about that. I wrote my little post-game article where I highlighted Cristian Roldan's performance in this tournament. He was Seattle's team MVP in these 3 games for sure, without a doubt. And what I thought was great about how he played was just, you could tell so obviously that his quality was of this level. And we've always wondered, he's chosen to be a Seattle lifer, which we all love and appreciate him for that. But there has always been sort of the question of like, could he have played in Europe if he really wanted to? Is that something that his level could have hit? And there's always been this discourse around him with the USMNT and how he should have never have been called in because he doesn't play in Europe. I mean, that's another great thing about this tournament is that anyone who watched those games, there's no way now that they can say that he's not of that level because he just proved it. So that was great to see. He played phenomenal today. He played it phenomenal in all 3 of these games. And I'm just happy for him that he got the opportunity to show that he can do that. Because I always knew that he could do that. But to see him actually do that, oh man, he was just everywhere, sprinting, covering ground. His ball winning today, there was more of those plays where he was just getting the ball off guys in dangerous areas, starting it, going the other way. It was just fantastic. So we got to shout him out for that. Nico, what did you make of Cristian Roldan in this tournament?
Cristian Roldan has been without a doubt the best player for the Seattle Sounders throughout this competition. He has been the heart and soul. He has been the definition of tenacity, effort, grit, experience, leadership. I cannot say enough about what Cristian Roldan has done throughout these 3 games. I thought that today he was phenomenal. The one thing that Brian was right about today's press conference was saying that he probably would have been the man of the match. It's just that the team didn't win, so he was not going to get that. But he has been great in every single game, and he has been the best player probably in the Atletico game, best player probably in the Botafogo game. And to your point in regards to what we've thought about Cristian Roldan for a very long time, I had a take a while back when Jordan Morris was loaned to the Premier, was it? Or was it Swansea?
It was the championship.
That I said that I thought Cristian Roldan was built more for European soccer than even Jordan. And the reason why I said that is because his versatility, his engine, his ability to cover space, his IQ, his durability, all of it, to me at the time. And, there was at least a La Liga team that was maybe never made an offer for Cristian Roldan, but was looking at Cristian Roldan, Real Betis. And I told this one scout, that I thought that Cristian Roldan would have been fantastic for La Liga. So yes, I believe that in my mind, Cristian Roldan, although we love that he's a lifer, I really do believe that there's a universe where if he had gone to, let's just put him in Spain 3-4 years ago, he would be a very good player in that league. I mean, you look at De La Torre, no disrespect to him, he's a very good player. I don't think Cristian, 4 or 5 years ago could have not done what De La Torre did in La Liga. So I really do believe that he maybe he's played the cards that he was dealt, but I've always felt like he was, and I hate to use this word, but maybe meant for more in a global spectrum. I mean, he's been so good for the Sounders in MLS, and he's probably extremely happy with his trajectory and his career. But my outlook of who he is as a player, as much as he's had a fantastic trajectory, I've always felt like he could have done even more because that's how good of a player, a person, an athlete, a professional he is.
Yeah, I'm not the one who said it. Matthew Doyle said it. If he keeps playing like this, you should probably get called into the USMNT. I mean, look, that's like one of the most triggering things for that fan base is specifically that player getting called in. It ain't like the guys that are getting called in above him right now are doing that hot. Okay, like they're just not. So
yeah,
maybe you got. I don't even consider myself a part of that fan base anymore at all. You guys could use him. Like, might actually help the team.
Cristian Roldan, if we're going to talk about one person whose stock maybe through the roof,
This is a U.S. men's national team call-up performance.
This was his like signature type of, what are you guys doing over there? Get on the phone, call my people. Let's make this happen. He
said as much.
He did say as much. I asked him, and he was out there campaigning, I think, to the degree that he's able to do it. He basically said, you know my number, Poch.
To be fair to my guy Poke, who I have been clowning on a lot lately, it seems like he's not like what league you're playing in doesn't really affect.
No, I don't
he's
think
gonna call you in or not.
I don't have any real problem with the way that Poch is running the national team. I think it's good to give some guys kicks in the butt, and Canada's not out there. If guys aren't turning down call-ups to Canada, why are you people turning down call-ups to the United States?
Yeah, well, I think
people aren't turning down call-ups to Mexico.
I'm biased, but I think Cristian Roldan is clearly playing like one of the best players at that position in the pool. And I think anyone who is arguing that at this point is pretty like deluded and just blinded by hatred. Like you got at a certain point, like put stock into what happens in the games. And like the great thing about him playing this well in this tournament is like, you can't be like, oh, well, that's against Minnesota United. That's against Dallas. It was against PSG and Atletico Madrid. And
here's the reality. This is the truth, is that PSG is better than literally every national team on the planet. That's not like I don't even think that's controversial. I think Atletico Madrid is probably better than almost every national team on the planet. I think Botafogo is at least as good as every national team in CONCACAF, if not most teams in more than half the teams that will be in the World Cup. The reality is that the better quality play is at the club level, not at the national team level. And if he can do this against Atletico and PSG, absolutely he can do it at the national team. This is not even a question.